Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven, aka Storm, and we are back for some more of the Elder Scrolls Online as Reewish, the Mighty Battle Lizard, here in the ever-lovely High Isle DLC. I'm just going to quickly send out the link to people to get them invited in, so I apologize if I sound a little bit breathless today. I don't know why I am, but between one thing and another, it's been kind of hard on my allergies lately. I might need to take a puff of my inhaler, to be honest with you. Alright, and the usual opening things. I have a Discord if you wish to join, where I post updates about my streams. You can come and join the Discord. I will put an invite in the chat. It'll be good for a few hours, I believe. Also, I am writing a novel, and my novel is up on the Royal Road website. We have 7 chapters currently up, with chapter 8 going up on Wednesday. I will also post that link here in the... I just threw a tomato at myself. That's not what I intended to do. And there's the link to my web novel if anyone's interested to take a look at it. You can comment, follow, leave a like. If you want, you can critique it or leave some, some comments. Anything you want to do is appreciated. We're going to get started, and we are first going to go to Death Valor's Keep and do the quest there. We're then going to go to Garrick's Rest, and then we're going to swing over and do the next Deadly Investigations quest, and then we'll continue from there. We'll have most of the mainland done by that point, I believe. I think we've got most of the mainland done. Let's see. Oh, I can't actually see which Sky Surge I'm missing anymore. Ah! Because that's not how that works anymore. Yeah, pay no attention to the things that say style contest. That's something different. I'm keeping those until the end of the contest, so I have a reminder of who's in the contest and how much they have paid for the contest. Yeah, we've got... So what we're doing is a random style contest for the Gilda. If anyone's not familiar with it, Gilda Femina is my ESO guild. I have been a part of it since forever, basically. Well, not forever, but since 2020, I've been a member of Gilda Femina. It's been like a second home to me. I was in a dark place when I joined the guild, and it definitely helped me come out of that. Ow! I forgot that you can die in this game when you fall off. I've been playing too much Final Fantasy XIV, let me tell you. I did that stream on Friday, where we ran through a bunch of the MSQ and the Gladiator stuff, but that was only what you saw. I have been grinding my a Realm Reborn relic on my main character, my relic bow, and I've been doing the book part of the quest, where you have to pick up a book, you have to do 4 tasks for the book, then, after you do the 4 tasks for the book, you trade it in and do 4 more tasks. And each of these tasks have sub-tasks you have to do, like for example, you have to complete 3 fates, 3 levies, 3 fates, 3 levies, 3 dungeons, and then you have to find and slay a bunch of enemies. So I'm on book 4 out of 9, so I'm almost done with book 4 though.
I wonder, Pilgrim, if you'll be the one to face the horrors beyond. That was the home of the long-gone Knights of Death's valor. Lord Leobert, sorry excuse of a knight commander that he was, turned on his oath and cursed us with undeath.
How did Lord Leobert do that?
He performed tainted magic, cleaved our bodies from mortality. But he didn't complete the ritual. His magic confined our bodies to the bounds of the keep. I couldn't allow Leobert to fix the spell, so I hid his ritual tools inside 4 sacred altars.
Why couldn't you take the items from the altars? Or why can't you take the items from the altars?
Leobert caught me and threw my body from the ramparts. Once I crossed over the wall, the magic binding my body together dissipated. Help me. Kneel at the altars. Ensure Leobert
Hey,
will
welcome
never
to the stream.
leave. Do this, and the treasures of the graveyard are yours.
I'll kneel at the altars within Death's Valor Keep and take the tools of Leobert's ritual.
With your knees and my knowledge, the altars will relinquish the items we seek. Find them in the chapel, the living quarters, the statuary, and the catacombs. Put me in your pack.
Hey, Edge,
Together,
how are you doing, buddy?
We'll ensure Lord Leobert's plan is never realized.
You want me to put you in my pack?
I prefer to be carried. Less disrespectful, but I suspect you'll need your hands free for the trials ahead. Honor demands that I accompany you on this quest. More importantly, my presence will be necessary inside Death's Valor Keep.
Well, you're not the first skull I've been carrying around. That's good to hear. I haven't heard from you in a while. I messaged you on Facebook, and you haven't. It doesn't look like you've checked the message, so I was starting to get a little worried about you. How's the job hunt going? Why do you have to come into the keep with me?
The altars inside served as the final test of a squire's worthiness. The chests won't open unless the Order's creed is said in earnest. My presence ensures that kneeling at the altars will unlock the chests.
Why do I have to kneel at the altars?
Before Leobert tarnished the name of Death's Valor, the altars stood as a test of squire's worthiness. Kneeling at the altars and praying to the ideals we held dear disengaged the locks holding the chests next to the altars shut.
What were in the chest?
Items sacred to us. The burial shroud of Lucette Suriel, a black candle, a sack of grave dirt, dried petals. I desecrated the chests, but there wasn't much time. Leobert had to be stopped. The chests were the only option.
Why didn't Leobert just kneel at the altars and open them himself?
That may be the only light in this dark situation. The power of the altars only reveals itself to those who are worthy. Lord Leobert, in his arrogance, shunned our order, our very creed. He's no more worthy than an ant.
What else can you tell me about Death Valor's Keep?
Once, the building was the stronghold of the Knights of Death's Valor. The stories I could tell you about our lives. But Lord Leobert betrayed us, forged himself into a corruption of our very beliefs.
Nice, nice. Good luck, man. I hope you get it. Tell me about the Knights of Death's Valor.
Our keep stood as a bastion against the dark and beacon for the ill-fated for centuries. I remember the pride I felt being among the knights. The sense of purpose. All now lost.
Why did you call yourself the Knights of Death Valor?
The name reminded the knights to fight justly and well.
Did you finish the last episode of Miss Marvel?
Death wasn't a thing to be beaten back or feared. Still, my demise wasn't honorable. And in death, I lie far from the brethren my negligence cursed.
Yeah, there's some hype stuff going on there. Joe will probably read this chat, so we shouldn't talk about spoilers because he hasn't seen the last episode yet. But I think it was an A-tier final episode, in my opinion. Why do you blame yourself?
I was Lord Leobert's confidant when we were but lowly pages. His father served as knight commander and had little time for Leobert. I should have seen what he was planning. Maybe I could have turned him from it. I failed us all.
How did you get to the graveyard?
A traveler buried me here, but left my head on the gravestone. A warning to all who journeyed on this road. My presence ensured that no one disturbed the keep or unleashed the horrors within.
Alright, we gotta do this in order to... There we go. You're not the first skull I've put in my pack. Actually, you're not the first, talking thing I put in my pack, either. I've had the, Augur of the Obscure. No, I still have the Augur of the Obscure. No, what am I talking about? He is literally still in my bag. I forgot I haven't finished that quest yet. Yeah, no, I have the Augur of the Obscure, and right next to the crystal skull is this guy's skull. I just hear the Augur now saying something like, "Hey, you come here often?"
I yearned to see my home one last time, but I never anticipated I'd see it from the inside of a satchel.
Look. There's not a whole lot we can do about that unless you want to, like, be mounted upon my shoulder or something. Tell you what, though, I'm really excited for She-Hulk come August. Like, I can't wait to see what they do with that show.
Under the watchful eyes of these statues. Hopefully, the statues will favor us as well. A knight does not forget that it is their duty to serve others.
Alright.
Lord Leobert, with this book he learned to reject fate. With these pages, he destroyed those who are honorable and true.
It's going to be Wakanda Forever, is what I've heard. It should be in November.
What do you say to some celebratory
This courtyard was
sweets?
filled with talk and laughter. Now all I can hear is the clanking of items in your path.
Unless something changes between now and then and they delay it and put something else in its place, so.
As squires, in front of that statue, knights, lost to the forgotten past, let us live in a manner that befits your long-gone memory.
Ritual dagger.
The dagger Leobert used to flay his body. His harebrained sacrifice brought an end to our glorious order.
I know a lot of people are worried about Wakanda Forever without Chadwick in it, but there's not a whole lot we can do about that.
With the chapel so removed
People are like,
from our
they should
daily
recast T'Challa. I'm like, I don't agree with that. I mean, like, I understand why. It's like, I mean, they did recast Rhodey when the other person left the scene, but he was only in one movie. It's like, Chadwick was T'Challa in, like, what, 3 movies? 4 movies?
That lies beyond mortal comprehension.
I think 4 movies.
Light does not fight the end when it draws near. That chalice was passed down for generations and welcomed countless knights to our halls. Leobert, ritual, used it to end us before our time.
Oh yeah, my novel is up to 383 views as of just a few minutes ago. Well, not a few minutes ago now. About 15 minutes ago when I last checked it, I was at 383. So 383 views total among all the chapters.
Could return the Knight Commander to his senses.
I kind of wish it gave an average instead of like.
A knight is courageous, even in the face of insurmountable danger.
I think it does actually give an average view stopped heart.
The heart Leobert ripped from his chest in the shadow of fear. I doubt he cared about the impact this had on the rest of us.
Well, I definitely appreciate it, dude.
You retrieved every item. Had I hands, I would clasp yours in friendship. Leave this cursed keep to the dead.
Well, there's one more thing we need to do before we leave. We need to find the Sky Shard. What are you thinking of the story overall, if you don't mind me asking? I don't think there's anybody that watches this video that will be spoiled by anything that happens up to Chapter 7, so we can fully talk about it. Not the way. I mean, that is kind of that was kind of my motivation, was manga in general. That definitely had some tie to it. I don't have the art style myself to do it, but like I think it works as a story. Like I mean, that's just me talking personally, but I'm the writer, I'm the story's creator, so I'm biased. So I do kind of imagine if it ever became like a show, it would be like an animated show. I mean, maybe not necessarily an anime, because, you know, I don't think it's not, you know, of Japanese origin, so I don't think it would actually become. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it definitely would have to have that anime vibe to it, kind of like the way like She-Ra and the Princess of Power kind of have an anime vibe to it, even though it's not actually anime. Where is that sky shard? That's really weird. I can't find the sky shard. It should pop up on the map when I get close to it. Yeah. If you had to pick a favorite character so far, who would you pick? Oh, there it is. It definitely has. It definitely, you can definitely see in my fights the like my inspiration from anime, though, especially because a lot of the fights will be one-on-one. I tend to try to write the fights as solo battles, so that's something to look forward to. Is let's see, I know you saw the fight in, well, it depends on what chapter you're on. I'm not sure which chapter you're on exactly, unless you're caught up, in which case, you know, then I know exactly where you are. I actually sat down and made a timeline of like the book, like making like put the day-to-day activities. So the first chapter and most of the and actually all of the second is the first day. Chapter 3 is part of the first day and into the second day, technically speaking. Oh, you're on chapter 3, okay.
Now, refill the grave with dirt. It's time the mistakes of the past were buried. Now, no one will suspect what this grave hides. I'd like to be laid to rest atop that tombstone.
Isabel, can we have a talk about this? What on earth? Isabel, what?
Even without lungs, I cherish being in this fresh air. I'm glad I put my skull into your care, Pilgrim. You prayed at the sacred altars and removed the ritual items from Lord Leobert's sphere of influence. You are honorable and dutiful.
Will the ritual items be safe in that grave?
No one will look in this graveyard for the items thought to be lost within the keep. And I will watch over them. Your task is done. You have my thanks in all things. Here, I promised you the treasures forgotten in the graveyard. Take them.
How did you give them to me? You don't have
I'm
hands.
not sure how long my cursed existence will continue, but I feel at rest. My trials are over. I'll keep my vigil here and look to welcome death with open arms whenever I'm blessed with it.
Will burying the ritual items stop Lord Leobeck's plans?
The magic of the ritual will not let Leobert and his lackeys leave the keep's walls. With the ritual items, their strength could grow. But since you took the tools from inside the keep, their cursed forms are trapped forever.
How can you be so sure?
I am the only one who exited the keep. I believe the sight of my bones falling apart in the air frightened them. They'd never risk losing their mobility. I'll do my duty and watch over these items. I have a knack for long vigils now.
Do you think you'll ever be able to pass on?
I hope so. I'd like to not rush into it. Not while the others of my order pose a threat inside the keep. But one day, yes, when my time comes, I will smile. And that will be all.
It's a shame Tharn's not around. We could ask Tharn to help
There is
put
a
the people
pleasing
inside to
breeze
sleep.
in the air. A new peace calming the keep.
Alright, we're off to the next location. Yeah, Nami is... I'm actually quite fond of Nami myself. She's changed a lot over the years. When I originally wrote her, she was a ninja. And she used a boomerang that she threw around. She's definitely come a long way since then. Like, she was a very, like, two-dimensional character originally. Like, I like to think she is much more complex now. So instead of Ken, like, I think everyone would expect Ken to be the brash and the reckless one, but it's actually Nami who's the one who rushes into things without thinking, and Ken is typically the voice of reason who pulls her out of it.
This will keep you out of Emonara's fur.
Tide swallow her. Traveler, may I ask a favor?
Hello, Sinric.
I have honorably guarded Lady Garrick's trials for more lifetimes than I can recall. And this necromancer thinks she can cow me? I'll have none of it! Apologies. Thank you for stopping. Would you kindly douse that censer and unbind me?
Who are you and what trials do you guard?
I am the steward of Garrick's Rest. I am bound to this place until someone completes the Trials of Worth. 3 tests that measure the qualities a knight needs to bear Lady Garrick's sacred shield. Unless you're a schemer like Emanara.
What does she want?
To take the sacred shield without daring the Trials of Worth. But only one who passes the trials learns the words that dismiss the wards guarding the shield. If you can win the shield before the necromancer steals it, I will reward you.
Let me take these trials. I'll get the sacred shield before Amanara.
Perhaps you are the very soul I've waited for all these years. Someone worthy enough to earn Lady Garrick's most treasured possession. Please, pick up the censer and extinguish it. I suspect that should end the necromancer's binding.
I have some questions before I release you.
Yes, I'm certain you do. Only an incurious fool wouldn't seek to know more. But it may surprise you to learn that I find being bound like this deeply unpleasant. Please, collect and extinguish the censer. I will answer every question once I'm free.
Fair enough.
Already you show more virtuous character than Emanara ever will. Your compassion will go remembered. Now, enter Garrick's Rest to begin the Trials of Worth. Pass with honor, but move quickly. I cannot allow Emanara to cheat her way to the shield.
Can you tell me about these trials of worth?
As I said, 3 trials await you. Perseverance, wits, and constitution. They each test a virtue that Lady Garrick sought in those she sailed with. I will meet you before each one to explain your goal and offer guidance. After that, it's up to you.
And the trials provide a password?
Correct. Magical wards surround the shield. After honorably completing each trial, you'll learn a phrase that dispels this protection. Amunara wanted me to tell her this phrase, but I refused. I worry about her plans to get around the wards.
Why did Lady Garrick create the Trials of Worth?
They began as a way to weed out those who would serve her poorly. Many aspired to sail with the great Lady Jocelyn Garrick, but she'd only accept the best. If an applicant passed each challenge while maintaining their honor, she welcomed them aboard.
So, when did the trials become about earning the shield?
Before her last voyage, Lady Garrick asked me to find a new bearer for her shield if she did not return. I swore an oath to find someone worthy. That oath holds me here to this day. Only when the shield is fairly won can I rest.
What makes the shield so valuable?
Lady Garrick called it her sacred shield. She claimed that a saint of Archay blessed it with his blood. While she held it, no injury could befall her. I have no reason to doubt this belief. Only when she left it behind did she die in battle.
Why did Lady Garrick leave it with you?
I have thought on that question for ages. At the time, my place was not to question her judgment. I keep reflecting on what she told me. If I don't return,
Hey, welcome
may
to the
this
stream.
preserve my memory. Perhaps she knew the voyage was doomed, no matter what.
Why do you think Amunara wants it?
She declined to tell me. To be honest, I chose not to ask. I knew from the moment I saw Eminara that she wasn't honorable enough to deserve the shield. Strange, though. The shield blessed by the power of Archay should repel a necromancer.
Tell me about Lady Garrick.
Lady Garrick called it her sacred shield.
Oh,
She
never
claimed
mind, we
that
already-
a saint of Archay blessed it with his blood.
we already went over that. Okay. Let's do this!
We'll see it done.
Oh yeah, look, there are traps already. Oh, a Stygic portal. By the way, there's a rumor that's been going around. I don't know if it's true or not, but if it is, it would be great. But that one of the Palatine mounts, the two-person mounts, might be
Hurry now.
antiquity.
Find a way to the shield hall. Who are you? Another mercenary? Another mercenary? Running a bit late, aren't you? This one has all the help she needs. They will already cost more than she budgeted for. You do appear quite exceptional, though. Perhaps Emunara could swap out one of the others for you.
No, Senric asked me to take the Trials of Worth. I'm here to earn Lady Garrick's shield.
Ugh, by all the stars. Why must that ghost make this difficult? Emunara didn't even know he'd be here. Who sticks around after they die to give people tests? This one sympathizes. But when Amunara leaves, the shield goes with her.
Why do you want this shield?
Amunara supposes that's fair to tell you. There's a story about Lady Garrick's famous shield. Archay himself anointed it with his blood, allegedly. An ambitious young necromancer could use such an artifact. Draw out its power to become stronger.
Then what are the mercenaries for?
Who knows what dangers lurk in this old ruin? And Amunara refuses to deal with this trial nonsense. The mercenaries will help me break through into the shield hall. Look, be reasonable. Move on and no one will know. Now this one has work to do.
What do you plan to do with the shield?
It's quite exciting. Legends say Lady Garrick's shield contains the power of Arcane. It preserved her life as long as she held it, yes? If Amunara can absorb that power, think of the possibilities.
Why would power from Arcane improve your abilities?
Normally it wouldn't. Arcane can't stand necromancers. We've blurred the line between life and death. But Amunara may have found a way to invert the divine energies in the shield. She could give her summoned death the same protection Lady Garrick enjoyed.
Tell me about yourself.
Amunara doesn't like to talk about herself. This one is just a simple Khajiit bone raiser trying to make her way in the world. Look, Amunara just met you. Perhaps next time we can swap stories. For now, this one has a shield to acquire.
I get the feeling that she's going to come back at a later time.
Stay true to your honor.
This one's binding failed? I worked hard to make that. Say goodbye to the shield, Ghost Knight.
Quickly, into the first trial. Welcome to your first test. The trial of perseverance. Best the foes awaiting you, and unlock the door to pass.
Yeah, sadly it's not just spiders waiting for us, there's also magical rune traps on the ground as well.
The first exit is now unlocked. Proceed.
This one doesn't care if the Ghost Knight frightens you. Find a path to the shield hall.
Ha! Man, I love being a sorcerer.
The second exit is unlocked. Exit to complete the trial.
We've completed the first trial.
Great endurance, challenger. Well done. To learn the phrase needed to win the shield, memorize the words on this tablet.
Alright, so the first word is skill. Somebody put that down in the chat, please.
Lady Garrick rose from a low-born child to become a highly respected captain in the All Flags Navy. She knew the value of pushing past any obstacle, even when you believe all is lost. You demonstrate this same tenacity. I am impressed.
What is next for me?
Next, you will encounter the trial of wits. Sailors must know how to think on their feet. No one writes a manual for everything you encounter on the high seas. Now, move quickly. Amunara continues her destruction of the fortress to bypass the wards.
I'll proceed to the next trial.
Continue south out of this room and through the caves. You will find the Trial of Wits just beyond. Or, you can take the shortcut through the east wall, if heights don't scare you.
I thought Eminama and one of her hirelings performed some sort of magical attack.
Yes, I have watched them tearing down walls across the fortress. She was not exaggerating about her plans to gain the shield. The only way to honorably defeat her is to pass the trials of worth. So hurry, our time slips away.
Can you tell me about Lady Jocelyn Garrick?
A magnificent knight, an incredible sailor. She was unrelenting, intelligent, and kind. Serving under her in the Order of the Sacred Shield, even for a millennium, would be an unsatisfying amount of time.
I saw Eminara. Oh, we already said that. Geronimo!
made us some celebratory sweets.
Oh, why did you do that?
It was an accident.
Why are these corridors so damn confusing?
The trial
Okay,
of wits begins here. Observe the 4 tablets around the room. In the proper order, they will light your path.
Luckily for you guys, I have the correct order written down, so I don't have to do that. Let me just find it real quick. Not where I remember putting it. Oh well, it looks like I'm going to be going and looking at the tablets after all, because honestly I can't remember the correct order right now. Wedge of Siegeway, Day 5. Okay, so this is west. That's Day 5, so west is Day 5. Okay, this is Day 7. South. So we have west and then south so far. West, south, and north. Let's look at the last one, and that should tell us. West, south, north. Okay.
Every part of the story points in a
So
direction.
it's west, south,
Only the
east,
proper
north.
order of events provides illumination.
So we start here.
Strong first step. Impressive. The next tablet waits beyond the northern door. Read the tablet to learn the next part of the passphrase.
Okay, so the second word is understanding. So we have skill understanding is the phrase so far.
What sorcery comes now? Ah!
Oh, that's not good.
Bring it.
Lower the ward, Ghost Knight.
It's a matter of honor.
Oh, he's angry.
I have not felt pain in so long. How cruel a villain who causes suffering in an innocent spirit. Before, I was defending Lady Garrick's honor. Now, mine is at stake. Since you passed the trial of wits, you may proceed. With one alteration.
What kind of alteration?
I previously refrained from asking you to attack Emanara. It seemed that defeating her by the trials of worth was the more honorable path. But she's bound me, torn at my home, and now summoned me like a common specter. I shall refrain no longer.
You want me to attack her?
Yes, but not in some plain manner. We can use Eminara's own sensor to bind her. As you carried it, the device will have reattuned for living energies. Next time we meet her, light the incense, then toss it at her. It will bind her as she trapped me.
What should I do until I see her again?
In her recklessness, Eminara buried the door to the third trial under rubble. But I know a hidden route. First, you'll need the key. I can mark on your map where to find it in the library. We'll reconvene there, after I've pulled myself together.
What did Eminara do to you?
She grasped my soul as though I were still a man of flesh, but lifted me like a child. As you saw, Eminara's patience has run out. I underestimated her. She'll raise the whole fortress for the shield. The quicker you pass the final trial, the better.
Where did you learn about how Eminara's sensor works?
During centuries of death, one finds many opportunities for study. You'll see how large the library of Garrick's Rest is. I grew curious about my nature and did some reading. Turns out that spiritual energy manipulation is fairly simple.
That's how you understood this binding magic?
I won't claim to be a full-fledged necromancer, but Eminara's device looks fairly standard issue to me. The incense is energy receptive. It passively attunes to dominant existential energy nearby. Once triggered, the trap seeks similar energy.
You sound fairly knowledgeable about the topic.
As I said, many centuries, my friend.
Alright, let's do this. I tried to open the map the wrong way there for a second. Tried to open it like in Final Fantasy XIV. That's not going to work.
It's been a very long time since I've been here. We hid the key under one of the rugs. Found it? Excellent. The secret passage is on the top level of the gardens. I'll meet you there. Here is the secret passage. Enter, Challenger. I'll see you at the third trial. You found your way. Good. Normally, I would not have allowed a challenger to use secret passageways. But Eminara's minions changed the nature of this trial. It is no longer as Lady Garrick designed. So, perhaps I can allow some improvisation. Are you prepared for the next trial?
I am. What do I have to do?
You come to the trial of Constitution. How much pain can you endure, Challenger?
Quite a lot.
We shall soon find out. Find a way to unlock the exit without dying. None have passed this final room since before Lady Garrick sailed.
I will be the first to succeed.
Good luck, Challenger. I'm really hoping you'll pull through.
I'd like to hear the hint for this trial.
Similar to the trial of perseverance, the door to the exit is locked, but a device exists to open it. Reaching both the device and the door is where the difficulty lies.
Unless you happen to be me.
Amunara doesn't need to solve some stupid puzzle to find the shield, Challenger.
Curses! The door is now unlocked. The question is, can you make it there?
Yep. Easily done. Thanks to being a sorcerer,
Well
easily
done.
done.
You actually made it through. The last tablet awaits you.
Courage.
We'll talk after.
So the three phrases are skill, understanding, courage. Oh, I know. I need to talk to Cynric.
Finally, at long last, someone has accomplished Lady Garrick's third test. She was not a brutal woman, but she did not suffer the weak. It was this attitude that let her ascend so quickly. Now, I have met her equal.
Thank you. Just the pass phrase now, right?
Correct. Since you passed all the trials, you learned the passphrase that will let you walk where none have walked for centuries. Just keep following these corridors until you reach the Shield Hall. I'll await you there.
I'll see you in the shield hall then.
I am certain we'll encounter Emanara at the Shield Hall. Be prepared to use the sensor. It should have attuned itself to your unique energy by now. We'll likely only have one chance. Let's make it count.
Alright, let's do it.
Attack! Amunara commands you.
Why not just summon my own minion?
Amunara will not be denied.
She's distracted. Now's your chance. Use the sensor!
What? How?
How does it feel, Necromancer? You and your dishonorable ways came close, but not close enough. Challenger, it's time for you to prove your worth. Are you ready?
Release Amunara! This one must have that shield!
How can I help?
Amunara's own sensor? How dare you use that against her?
Sorry. But actually not sorry.
Although the Necromancer has proven herself unworthy, I cannot yet allow you to pass. One more test of worth awaits you. A surprise, to ensure you remember your lessons here. Are you ready for the test of virtue?
I'm prepared. What do I need to do?
You need to recall the virtues you learned from the tablets after each trial of worth to answer each question, starting with this one. Faced with overwhelming odds, what must the bearer of the shield demonstrate?
Skill.
Correct. Next question. What keeps the bearer of the shield stable and informs their choices?
Understanding.
Correct. Final question. Through what quality will the bearer of the shield reach the pinnacle of their potential and ability?
Shoot. Skill, understanding, courage? Or skill, understanding, honor? I think it's courage. I think it's correct.
With that final
Yep,
and
that's correct.
correct answer, I will dispel the wards and grant you access to the sacred shield. Congratulations, champion.
All right. We have access to the shield hall.
You will
Claim.
regret this.
What is
This
yours,
was
champion?
worth it.
The sacred shield.
The shield has a new bearer. My oath is fulfilled. I'm finally free. Thank you, champion. You did as you said you would, and claimed the shield before that necromancer stole it from its resting place. My duty is fulfilled, and I can finally rest.
Does that mean you can move on?
Indeed, champion. I confess that I was beginning to fear I'd be trapped amid these crumbling ruins forever. This day, I finally follow Lady Garrick on the greatest voyage of all. Thank you again. May you bear the sacred shield with honor.
So,
Good fortune, wherever your adventures take you.
what's going to happen to Almenara?
I'm sure that censor won't hold her forever. Once she's free, she'll likely be quite angry. I suggest you leave this place before that happens, champion.
Yeah, so those words don't quite match up. And he's gone. Now, interesting thing about the shield that I just got, if you look at it, it has a unique equipped. It doesn't, this shield does not have a motif. It is one of a kind. You can't, and it comes in the Centra Scal set, which is the tanking set for this region. So, and it's actually not that bad either. So when you bash an enemy, you place a Citra Scal on them for 15 seconds. When hit by a light attack, the target with Citra Scal takes 1,900 frost damage up to once every second. So, if every time you hit them with a light attack during that 15 seconds, which is quite fast actually, they'll take a lot of frost damage. So let's say you get off 10 light attacks during that 15 seconds, like they take 10,000 damage. Well, over 10,000 damage. Going close to like 20,000 damage, which is not bad at all. So I'm definitely considering using that for a tanking set at some point. So it's even got a really good bonuses actually. I might train out the stamina for health, but I don't know. Anyways, but that's not yet. Hold on, let's take a quick little soiree from High Isle. So that's just like the actual like usable version of the shield that you get. Let's just pop over to the Alpine Gallery real quick. Just go inside the Alpine Gallery. Over to the wall. And there it is, Lady Genrick's Sacred Shield. It glows with frost magic by default. You can deactivate it so it stops glowing, and then you can activate it, causing it to glow again. So, yep, that's a nice little Easter egg for anyone who is interested. We're just going to make a quick little trip through Western Skyrim back to the Way Shrine, and we'll head back over to High Isle. I just wanted to show that off real quick. And we ride as one. Alright, so we're going to be heading to do these 2 quests next because we've already finished all the stuff over here I was going to get done today. We're actually making pretty decent progress. The public dungeons, I'm going to try to get some help from guildies to knock those out because of how hard their group events are. So that is kind of up in the air at the moment as to when that will get done. Honestly, I don't really care at this venture, like, because it'll get done, so I don't really care. So we're just going to be progressing the other content for the time being. Yeah, see, there it is, the Crimson Coin, or Spire of the Crimson Coin, but we're not going to be getting to that today, so...
Looks like this is the place. I'll back you up. Hey there, fish. We make it to the spot, and what do you know? There's some kind of cave here, just like the map suggested.
Have you checked out the cave yet, Captain?
By myself? No, I was waiting for you. I wouldn't have even noticed the entrance if I wasn't looking for it. Probably why the Ascendant Order chose it. That's the thing about islands and ships. You can always find the rats.
I'll go inside and see what's in there.
Not alone you won't. For all we know, the whole damned order is meeting inside. With any luck, I'll get a chance to pound the bastards that wrecked the spearhead. Let's go.
Alright, Captain. Yeah, I'm really glad that we already completed the that quest before, like, all the quests for the Spearhead before we did this. I really called it. Because I was actually estimating it was going to be a High Rock even before, or not a High Rock, but a Breton chapter even before it actually happened, so... Okay, the cargo you seek is dispersed across a trio of ships, all heading for Gonfalon Bay. The Eagle is aboard the Perfect Pounce, sailing from Skywatch. The Lion sails from Wayrest on the Spearhead. The Hatchling rides the Tide from Lilmouth aboard Kamal's Bane. That's actually a pretty neat name. Lodestones have been placed aboard each vessel so we can track the ships. Subtly alter their courses and target them with the storm. Watch for clouds on her northeast horizon and move when you see the storm. If the storm doesn't kill the targets, be ready to finish the job. Ascendant Magus.
They knew everything. Who we were carrying, where we were going. But how?
Someone in power must have known. Or someone in power. They must be someone in power. They definitely couldn't be a minor player.
This is not the end of our tale.
Knock their heads.
Yeah, I've said it several times, but I'm actually incredibly interested to see what comes next year. Like, I mean, as much as I've been loving High Isle, I still need to finish it on my progressive characters. Like, I've been doing it, like, somewhat in my spare time, but honestly, I've been so into 14 again recently. It's like, I took a break from 14 for a while when High Isle first came out, and it's like, I've gotten so behind on stuff that I wanted to get caught up on, so. Plus, I've been trying to get ready for the Manderville. See, once you bent your knee to the tyrants who drove this war, now under the cloak of the Ascendant Order, your true purpose becomes clear. In your footlocker, you'll find the resources you need to complete your mission: an anchoring lodestone and a mystical sigil. Place the lodestone at the base of the mast and complete the mystical phrase shred upon it.
In the Castle Navier main hall.
They will
I'd sit
alert us
there
to
with a
ship's
book and
location and
fall
anchor the
asleep over the pages.
storm upon the sea.
Simpler times, eh?
I recognize that one. He was aboard my ship. These lodestones must be how they targeted us with the storm.
Yep. Traitors, all three of them.
Lady Arabelle was right, damn it. We do have a rat in our company. Now I owe her a bottle of Tamika's dark rum. Someone gave our plans to the Ascendant Order, and they somehow used lodestones to track us and target us with that storm.
How many people knew about the plans to transport the Alliance leaders to High Isle?
Not a lot. Lady Arabelle, Lord Baccaro, and some of his top aides, the 3 captains, Duchess Alea and a few nobles, and anyone the Alliance leaders shared it with. If there's one thing I learned about royal courts, they leak like a sinking ship.
Were you and the other captains in contact?
We met briefly early on. Then we each sailed different indirect routes to get here. I didn't rendezvous with the other ships until we were almost at the archipelago. Anyway, I guess this shows us how the Ascendant Order rewards its agents.
What do you mean?
Look around. These traitors survived the storm and the shipwrecks and returned here just like they were told to. And what do they get for their trouble? A blade to the heart for each of them. Come on. Let's get out of here and tell Lady Arabelle.
I'll get this information to Lady Arabelle as soon as I can. Alright, that's 2 locations down. Let's go ahead and just jump back to the Way Shrine, and then we'll ride north.
Pick up the pace, Squire. We must hasten to our next adventure.
We have nearly arrived. We have arrived. Oh, there's Jakkarn. Sort of. He hasn't actually loaded in yet.
Ah, you made it. Good. I think I found something.
What you got for me, Jakkarn?
Hey, so I did some skulking around while I was waiting for you. Remember Dockmaster Arnold? The slimy skeever who sold out our ships to the Ascendant Order? Word on the docks is he's here. Sounds like his bosses aren't happy with him either.
Good work, Jakkarn. Do you know where we can find him?
The Far Dock. It's not a House du Fort ship out there. Assuming Arnold's a prisoner, that's where I'd stash him. If we want to talk to him, we better act now. I don't think the good Dockmaster's long for this world.
Anyone patrolling the docks?
Normally, House du Fort Knights would be all over the place, but I haven't seen a one. Ascendant Order, though. That's a different story. They're guarding the docks between us and that ship. Whoever they paid to get rid of the Knights hit the jackpot.
How should we handle it?
Let's just make our way to that ship and see if the Dockmaster is aboard. You can handle this, right?
Jakarn, you're always useless, so why would I expect anything different?
You've got this, but I'm here if you need me.
Get back, fiends.
Below decks.
That's the end of that tale.
Well, well,
No
well,
more,
hello
please.
there, mister.
I'll watch the door.
You were at the docks with Lady Arabelle. I thought the Ascended Magus had returned. He didn't need tools to torture me, not with his magic. The pain, the fire, it was inside my skin. Get me out of here, please!
You accepted bribes from the Ascendant Order and you got yourself into this.
You're right. I let the gold blind me. But look, I knew nothing about special cargo, or important passengers, or Aminos, or any of it. Even Lady Arabelle said the ships were just carrying supplies vital for Lord Baccaro's conference.
Tell me everything you know.
I gave the Ascended Magus a list of names. Folks he could trust to keep quiet. Muscle to collect the goods when the ships ran aground. But it was all a sham. They captured the captains, then gave orders to kill anyone else who washed ashore.
Do you know who the Ascendant Magus really is?
Are you serious? He didn't trust me. I never got a real name or saw his face. But he's rich, I can tell you that much. Like nobility rich. Royal rich. You can smell it on them, you know? All the perfumes and soaps and fancy clothes.
You mentioned Aminos. What about it?
It's an island to the north. A jungle rock where they send prisoners to disappear. The Magus gave orders to look for someone on Aminos. Whoever he's searching for, he moved his knights from the shallows to there. That's all I know. Cut me free!
So we have a choice. I don't know if there's anyone still in the chat with me right now, but we have a choice if you wish to make it. Our two choices are we can let him go, or we can leave him here. I will give it until it's until the 12-minute mark. If there's not been a vote by then, we will roll it on the dice. Alright, we're going to roll it. So, even on the dice will be you deserve whatever they have planned for you, and I'll cut you free, get out of here now will be odd. Even, so he's going to be left here.
No! I don't deserve this! Jakarn, please! Turn me in if you must, but don't leave me here!
Well done. We got what we need, and you're leaving the Dockmaster to the fate he deserves. I'll see you back at the manor.
Even Jakarn wants nothing to do with him. Right, so we're returning to town to speak with Lady Arabelle. Let's just go to the Way Shrine. Foolish Ascendant Order, you think you can stop me? The answer to that is no. No, you cannot stop me. Fuck.
Stendar was with us
Fudge.
in that night.
How did that happen? That shouldn't have happened. I have maxed out stamina. I should have been able to go a lot longer than that before I fell over. Oh well. There's no way they'll follow me all the way out here. Together you and I can rule the galaxy. That was strange. It seemed to have... Huh, that's unusual. It looked like a new message posted, but then it didn't at the same time, which is unusual, because when messages delete from the chat, it usually gets deleted from the Twitch chat only, not from the PlayStation 4 chat.
There you are, my dear. I was beginning to worry. Tell me everything. What did you find at the sites marked on Alea's map?
We learned that traders place lodestones on the ships to draw the storm to the vessels.
Traitors? This confirms our suspicions. But lodestones are powerful arcane focuses. What else did you discover, dear?
One of the sites was a druidic ritual circle. We found a lodestone there too.
Lodestones on the ships and at the ritual site? That must be how the Ascendant Magus targeted the ships with his storm. Remarkable. But was the storm meant to delay the ships, or give the Order the opportunity to capture the Alliance leaders?
The leader indicated the storms were meant to kill, but Valencia thinks that they lost control of the ritual.
So the Ascendant Magus isn't infallible. That's good to know. And the evidence we've uncovered up to this point tells us the Order believes the Alliance leaders are still alive. They're actively hunting for them. We must find them first.
We located the Dockmaster. He told us that the Order has moved their search from the Shallows to Amanos.
Amanos? I suppose it's possible the leaders washed on to that God's forsaken island. Well, I determine our best approach to that place. I need you to go to Shipwreck Shoals and aid Captain Suzo. I received an urgent message right before you arrived.
I'll head there now and help the captain.
The shoals are a graveyard. The final rest for vessels that met an unfortunate end in the straits between High Isle and Amanos. Go and help Captain Suzo, dear. He made it sound quite urgent.
What's Captain Suzo doing at Shipwreck Shoals?
I sent Suzo and Zaji to search along the northern shores for signs of their wrecked ships or the Alliance leaders. Suzo's message was short but direct. He found something and needed help. You're the first to return, so you get the job.
Of course I am. How do I get to Shipwreck Shoals?
You'll need to take a small boat from the north shore of the island. There's usually one on the beach west of the default shipyards.
Not a problem, I'm on my way.
Shipwreck Shoals is on the northern coast, just west of the default ship.
Captain Thayer certainly found a bumper crop of guard.
Yeah, luckily I already have the location marked down, so it's not going to be a problem.
You there. Here. No, you don't know me. But I do know you. Keeping an eye on notable people while going unnoticed is sort of my expertise. The only reason we're speaking is because I'm in something of a predicament.
What's the matter?
My partner and I were recovering intelligence for the Pact in Shipwreck Shoals. But we were caught by Dreadsail pirates and separated. Imagine the harm Sea Elves could do with Pact maps and orders. We can't allow it.
So you want me to recover the intelligence?
Yes, and I need you to rescue my partner. If she was captured, she'd be consigned to a life of brutal slavery. If you rescue Nari and take care of the documents, I'll forfeit my finder's fee from the Pact to you.
You have a deal?
The 3 things to look out for are enemy messages to collect, Allied documents to destroy, and Nari to bring to safety. You'll find all of them either among the wreckage on the shoals or among the Sea Elves. Take my skiff to get there.
What do you do for the Ebonheart Pact?
I keep an eye on the sisters for them. Make note of noteworthy people and events, gather information, exchange it with other eyes and ears around the Isles. Folks beneath notice, Nari among them. The rewards far outweigh the risks. Usually.
Tell me about your partner.
This is risky business. Informants that get caught shouldn't expect a rescue, but I just can't leave her. The truth of it is, Nari's my sister. Letting her be dragged off by the Sea Elves would make future family gatherings awkward.
Yeah, I suppose it would be awkward. Anything I should know about Shipwreck Shoals?
It's a particularly treacherous route through the Sisters Archipelago. Anything larger than a skiff that gets pulled in by the currents usually winds up running aground on the shoals. Violently.
Why not avoid the area?
It's a tempting route for clandestine maneuvers. That makes it a favorite of pirates and Alliance warships seeking to avoid a lot of attention. I suspect the Dreadsail's presence explains why so many ships have been lost lately.
All right.
We've got this.
That was it, right? Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Sorry, I'm being a little quiet right now. Just trying to remember where all this stuff is. Alright, that's one of the sensitive documents. Yeah, I think there's a, if I'm not mistaken, there's a chance that any of the enemies you kill have a chance of dropping the enemy intelligence, which I always found weird that there are the sensitive documents. Sorry.
No guts, no glory.
We're still standing. Be proud of that.
I temporarily forgot how the game works. My mind immediately went to Final Fantasy XIV. Like I said, I've been playing way too much Final Fantasy XIV lately, apparently. It's okay, after we finish this quest and this area off, I'm going to take my break and use the restroom, wash my face, things of that nature. And then we will move on to more content. We still got an hour and a half left in the stream. And I intend to use every minute of it.
When I got to the shoals and saw all those sea elf pirates and Hadalids, I quickly sent a message to Lady Arabelle requesting assistance. But I was able to sneak over here, and that is when I spotted her. The sea has returned her back to me.
Who was returned to you?
My ship, the Kamal's Bane. Oh, I thought I lost her forever. She washed ashore on the shoals, thank the Hist. It took me some time to reach this spot without being detected, but now that you're here, we can see what remains of my vessel.
Alright, I'll help you search the wreckage.
She will never sail again, but at least it will be good to see her one last time. And perhaps we can find some indication of what happened to my passenger, Prince Ernskar of Windhelm.
Let's go take a look.
You check the hull, and I will search among the wreckage. Be careful.
Stay back. I can still fight.
Isleen! Friend, this is my bosun. There is none finer.
Captain, thank Kain it's you. I didn't think anyone would come for me. But if you're with the captain, please. It's Prince Ernskar. We have to help him. I'd be dead if it wasn't for the prince.
You know where we can find Prince Issachar?
Not exactly. After that strange storm swept in and the ship hit the rocks, we were struggling to get to the small boats. A wave hit me and I thought that was the end. But Prince Ernskar lifted me up, tossed me in the boat and shoved it away.
What happened then?
The Kamal's Bane started to break apart. The storm pushed us into the straits, and the current was dragging most of the ship toward Amanos. I stayed in the small boat as long as I could. Then I leaped into this piece of the wreckage and landed here.
So what happened to Prince Issachar?
The last I saw, he was alive and clinging to the part of the ship floating toward Amanos. Even through the storm, I could hear others in the water, but the winds were sending the wreckage in all directions. You need to go find Prince Ernskar.
We'll find the prince.
Return to the manor. Lady Arabelle must know of this. I'll return as soon as Islene can travel.
We gotta get back to this quest now. Somebody's cleaning shop, which I'm absolutely okay with. Okay, so that's... Okay, I've gotten out of here before. Alright, the rest of it is inside.
There are none left to stand against us. I can't believe they stuck her inside of a waterfall. It's so cruel.
Get me out of here, please! Those sea elves are trying to break me, force me to decode documents to help them attack Alliance ships. I can't take much more.
Nari, Tidus Stulta sent me to rescue you and deal with some Alliance intelligence.
You have any idea how long I've been in this cage getting nipped at by reef vipers while Titus found you? I bet he was more concerned about those stupid papers than his own sister. Can you open the cage? I want to get out of here.
Sure, I'll unlock the cage and set you free.
You're a godsend. The sea elves would have fed me to the vipers piece by piece until I decoded the documents they wanted. There's the dock.
Yeah, they probably would have gotten to the point, it's like, okay, each time you refuse, we're going to cut off a finger. Alright, just gotta get the sky shard and we can get out of here and be on our way to the next part of the quest.
We'll see it done.
Crap, I forgot about this being a... You can't jump down there, which sucks. Okay. Can I go that way? Nope. I hate when they put arbitrary like blocks to keep you from going in certain directions. Like, if I want to throw myself in the water and have the slaughterfish eat me, I should be allowed to do that. So I can return to the dungeon, the delve entrance. Alright, I'm going to take my break real quick. I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, I am back and we are ready to continue.
What were you going to do if they hadn't shown up when they did?
You do realize that if you weren't my sister, you'd have been on your... Stow it, Nari. They're back. Your actions certainly didn't go unnoticed in there. I take it everything worked out, though?
I've dealt with the intelligence and rescued your contact.
You saved the Alliance. And Nari. At least one of those accomplishments is worth the payment I promised. I'll make sure these documents wind up in the right hands. Oh, and if you see us around in the future, pretend you didn't. It's a shame the Sea Elves have laid claim to this spot. It was an ideal
Hey Joe,
location
welcome to
for
the stream.
clandestine exchanges. Not irreplaceable, though. Same can't be said for my sister, which I'm beginning to regret.
Nari seems pretty upset.
It's understandable, given the situation, but I can't say I appreciate her taking it out on me. I took care of the situation the best way I know how. All charging in after her would have accomplished is getting both of us captured, or worse.
Don't think I'm done with this, Titus. You were just sitting here cozy while I was getting raked over the barnacles for those documents.
That's part of the job, Nari. You knew the risks when you signed up. No!
He had that coming.
Oops. Guess that was just one of the risks of the job, prig. Don't think I'm not grateful that you saved my skin. I am. It's just owing my life to strangers when my own brother stood by and watched is the definition of galling.
Is he going to be alright?
Oh, he'll be fine. Probably bellyache for a bit. That's probably the worst he's had to suffer for one of these jobs of his.
What about you? Will you be alright?
Yeah, thanks. I'll have no shortage of scars from this, I think. But I'll be alright. This is the last time I help Titus with his deals, though.
What do you do for the Ebonheart Pact?
I don't work for them. Neither does Titus. Not directly, anyway. He's a snitch. Whichever alliance is lining his pockets at the end of the day is the one he serves. Easy money, he said. Suppose that was mostly true, but today outweighs it all.
Alright, so, yeah, so we did Death Valor's Keep, we did Garrick's Rest, and we're progressing the main quest now, Joe, if you're wondering where we're at in the story. How was your day at work? Yeah, that definitely sounds like a blessing compared to, you know, it could have been worse. That's for sure. Apparently the Bob's Burgers movie is out. I wonder if it's streaming on Hulu. Oh, nice, you did? Ah, I regret that I couldn't see that. I mean, I'll get to see it eventually. It just, I already know what happens in it anyways. Well, there's supposed to be some new scenes that weren't in the manga, actually, come to think of it. So I don't know that part of it, but the rest of the movie, I do know what happens in it. Because it's the story of Toru's parents and how they met. But, you know, I've always wanted to see that animated. When the 90s the 90s anime for Fruits Basket didn't actually cover that portion of the series. I don't think it was written at that time, actually, come to think of it. And then so they didn't, and I was surprised when they didn't animate it in the reboot. And then the reason why they didn't was because they were planning to do a movie, which is absolutely amazing that they decided to do that. So I'm excited, and I can't wait to see it when it eventually becomes available to watch. It's going to be a while before I'll be able to see it. Like, the only way I got to see the Progressive movie is because I watched it on YouTube. It's like I couldn't, because it's still not available to purchase in America for some unknown reason.
special surprise.
Is it candy?
No.
What about a puppy?
It's not a surprise for you.
Apparently, yes, you can watch the Bob Burgers movie on Hulu.
Friend, Lady Arabelle is waiting for you upstairs.
Why is it doing that? Stop!
No.
What about a puppy?
It's not a surprise for you. It's a
I don't know why my computer just started playing that commercial. Like, I wasn't even on the video and it just started playing the commercial. It's like, ugh.
Another one of my favorite associates, back safe and sound. And were you successful? Did Captain Suzo find anything important at the shoals?
We found the wreckage of Tesoro's ship and a survivor. She said Prince Isakar floated towards the Amanos.
Well, that corroborates what the dockmaster told you. If Prince Ernskar is still alive and made it to Amanos, perhaps the other Alliance leaders did as well. Of course, that doesn't mean they're safe.
What do you mean?
Only a small part of the island is hospitable, and Amanos Station is barely that. The rest of the island is an untamed jungle full of deadly plants, wild creatures, and gangs of prisoners. Not exactly a stroll in the park.
There's no law and order on Amanos?
House Menard controls Amanos, but they restrict their oversight to Amanos Station and the prison stockade. They leave the jungle to the prisoners. Either the royals washed ashore in the jungle, or the Menards are keeping their arrival secret.
So how do we go to... So now we go to Amanos?
Soon, my dear. First, prepare yourself while I finish making the needed arrangements. We'll head to Amanos in due time. For now, remember all we have learned thanks to your efforts. Take this as payment. You more than earned every gold piece. I hoped that by investigating the Ascendant Order, we'd uncover a clue as to how to find the missing Alliance leaders. Now we have it on good authority that they may be on Amanos. From the cookpot to the campfire, as my great-aunt Ailes used to say.
The cookpot to the fire? Or campfire?
It's just a saying, dear.
It's
As
just
you're
a
still
thing.
on retainer, I'd like you to spearhead our rescue efforts. Jakan will go with you to the island, then you'll split up to search for the royals. It's risky, but there's a lot of ground to cover.
How will we get to the island?
Aboard a prison ship. They sail for Amanos regularly from the Dufort docks. We'll be contracting the services of a Captain Basrush. She's a dear friend. Jakan and I will meet you there after I finish briefing Captain Colleen and the others.
Oh, and hey, Joe, by the way, I got the official art for Ken and Nami's commission, so once it's done, I'll be posting it in Discord for you guys to see what we've cooked up for them, and I'll be using it to help promote my story, so... Alright, I'll meet you at the Dufort docks.
While you head to the Dufort docks, I'll discuss our plan with the Alliance captains. We'll need them for this to succeed. Captain Basrush will get you to the island safely. I know for a fact she can't refuse a purse full of gold.
How do Jakarn and I get off the island once we find the Alliance leaders?
Captains Colleen, Suzo, and Zaji have been procuring ships just for that purpose. The waters around Amanos are treacherous, but I have faith in their skills. I wish I could send more agents to help you, but I prefer to keep a low profile.
A low profile, why's that?
For the same reason you're traveling by prison ship, so as not to alarm House Menard. We still don't know the extent of their involvement, or if they're making their own play against Emmerich and the others. Anything else, dear, or can we get moving?
Tell me about Captain Bashrush and her ship.
Oh, Bazrush is delightful. You'll get along with her smashingly. We met when she was a smuggler operating along the Sentinel coast. Now she runs under a charter from House Menard, ferrying prisoners and supplies to Amano Station.
Has Amanos always been a prison?
Goodness, no. It served as a haven for pirates and smugglers once, before the Empire decided it was a perfect place to dump its undesirables. Political prisoners, prisoners of war, rival nobles. Emmerich continues the practice to the current day.
What else should I know about Amanos?
The entire archipelago sits atop the bones of an ancient volcano. Sheer cliffs, jagged reefs, and dangerous currents make Amanos a perfect site for a prison. The only safe landing on the isle is the dock at Amano Station.
So Amano Station is a town?
I suppose you can call it that. It serves the nearby prison stockade, though the worst offenders are banished to the jungle. The Empire used to send prisoners to Amanos, and it still is a dumping ground for people the authorities want to disappear.
The prisoners have free reign or free run of the jungle?
They do something to the prisoners. They call it processing. Once that occurs, they can only survive in the Amanos jungle. They go anywhere else, they die. At least that's what they tell them. So yes, the jungle belongs to the prison gangs.
Tell me more about processing.
It's a closely guarded secret, I'm afraid. When prisoners are selected for banishment, they undergo some sort of magical or alchemical treatment. After that, they can only survive in the jungle. Is it true? Does it matter? The prisoners believe it.
How does House Menard fit into this?
House Menard runs the prison stockade for the Daggerfall Crown. They profit off the prisoner exchanges, the mines in the jungle, other prisoner labor. And they maintain Amano Station, the only true civilization on the entire island.
Alright, we're rolling out.
Wait, what? The prison island? Shouldn't I get a say in this?
Oh, I know you can't stand to be left out of the action. Think of the stories you can tell of your daring escape.
Well, that's true. I guess I'm easy to read.
Like a book, dear.
Like a book, dear. She would know, she writes books. I'm like 99% certain she writes the Investigator Bell books. She'll never admit to it, but I'm fairly certain that she does. It's like one of those things that you see in like you know how in Harry Potter Dumbledore's like it's the best kept secret. So naturally the whole school knows. It's like it's Anwin.
Sorry, Lady Arabelle. I couldn't find any of the volumes on your list at my last port.
No time for books today, my darling. My friend has a favor to ask, so play nicely.
Hello, Captain.
Good health to you, Wayfarer. I'm the captain of the Shackled Guar. Now tell me, what grand adventure has Lady Arabelle drafted you into, and what does it have to do with me? Talk fast, Mainlander. I sail for Amanos on the tide.
Lady Arabelle wants us to go with you. We need to get to Amanos without being noticed.
Oh? And I suppose she's offering her usual pouch of gold and the promise of an evening's company at her manor? She does know the way to this sailor's heart.
Wow. Lady Arabelle's like one of the biggest players in Tamriel. So you'll get us to Amanos?
If that's your port of call, who am I to argue? Just know the dangers before you step aboard my ship. If they process you in the stockade, you'll never leave Amanos alive. If you head into the jungle, beware the beasts and the gangs of banished.
Gangs of banished?
The gangs of prisoners who band together to survive in the jungle. They're all bad, but the green serpents are the worst. Here, for you and the pretty boy. Disguises. Put them on and try to look appropriately forlorn as you go aboard my ship.
Why do we need disguises?
You need disguises because you want to travel aboard a prison ship. And because you want to avoid notice when we reach Amanos. So, disguises. You'll look like just 2 more poor bastards bound for the prison island, guaranteed.
How do you know Lady Arabelle?
You know the lady. She picks up strays wherever she goes. Helps with her work, and she enjoys the company. The first time we met, she was supposed to arrest me for smuggling. Instead, she turned me into an operative, and we broke a much larger ring.
Sounds dangerous. How did she convince you to do that?
Oh, the lady has her ways. And I could never say no to a pouch full of gold and a pretty face. Say, your face is pretty. Maybe if you survive and make it off Amanos, you can call on me. Just ask around the docks. Everyone knows old Bass Rush.
I apologize, madam, but I am a lizard. And I have lizard desires.
The shackled guar is just down the pier. Move, you dirty prisoners.
You get them there, you old sea dog, and I'll get them out.
I'll do my job, Arabelle. And remember, I like pomegranate wine with my salted mutton.
Look at how muscular he is. He's actually quite ripped. It's like... The chicken's like, I'm going to kill all of you. Ding ding. Make way for Amanos. And then the last hour of the stream too, not at that, so.
Inside, prisoner. Move!
Yeah, I don't like how it knocks out your disguise. Hold on, who's this?
Stranger, you're actually stopping to help? Everyone else ignored me or looked at me as though I were insane. My husband and I, we were here at Amanos Station on business. Then the jailers grabbed poor Valentine and dragged him away.
They dragged your husband away? To where?
Into their damn prison stockade. And it won't be long before they finish processing him. Then they'll banish poor Valentine into the jungle, and I'll never see my beloved again. Help me save my husband, stranger. I'll pay you handsomely. Please.
Can't you just appeal to the jailers and tell them they made a mistake?
On the prison island of Amanos? Hardly. Besides, there's no time. Here, take this bottle of Dufort Red. It's a rare vintage that Jailer Omdil absolutely adores. Give him that and he'll let you inside. Then find my Valentine and get him out of there.
Alright, I'll help you get your husband out of the prison stockade.
Here, I'll mark a location on your map. There's a spot out in the jungle where we can meet. I'll have us away off this cursed island by the time you collect Valentine and get there. Just give Jailer Omdil the wine, get inside, and find my husband.
What makes you so sure this Jailer Omdil will cooperate?
I do my research. Everyone in town says Jailer Omdil loves wine. They also say he's willing to look the other way in exchange for a free bottle every now and again. He guards the back way into the stockade, which is perfect for your purposes.
What were you and Valentine doing when the jailers arrested him?
Nothing illegal, if that's what you're asking. Well, nothing overtly illegal. We were watching the ships come and go, looking for a suitable crew and cargo we could take advantage of. We're thieves, all right. Maybe the jailers recognized Valentine.
Thieves, huh? What else aren't you telling me?
Look, I may have exaggerated my distress when we met, but everything I told you is true. They grabbed Valentine for no reason, and if we don't get him out, he'll be lost forever. It's not just the dangerous currents that make Amanos a prison.
What do you mean?
They do something when they process the prisoners. Magic or alchemy, I don't know the details. But anyone banished to the jungle, they can't survive anywhere but on this accursed rock. It's a perfect prison, and totally inhumane.
Tell me more about Amanos Station.
Amanos Station is the only safe place on this damn rock. It consists of a port, a town, the prison stockade, and the jailer's keep. The rest of the island is a dangerous jungle, full of ferocious beasts. And I don't just mean the prisoners.
If the stockade is the prison, What's the deal with the jungle?
The jungle's as bad as the darkest pit of oblivion. Wild beasts, monsters, and banished marauders roam freely. Valentine wouldn't last 2 shakes of a guar's stubby tail out there. And if they process him, he'll be trapped until something kills him.
How long does the processing usually take?
I don't know. It depends. Some prisoners undergo processing within days. Others get to remain in the stockade indefinitely, as a reward for some service or another. The jailers call them trusties. I'd use a different word.
There are no jailers or cells in the jungle?
There's no need. Getting to Amanos isn't hard. Getting off the island? That's another matter. Besides, between the gangs, the creatures, and whatever the jailers do to process the prisoners, only the toughest survive. And they have nowhere to go.
I want to hear more about this escape plan of yours.
Look, Valentine and I are thieves, and we're damn good ones. Getting into and out of impossible situations is what we do. In my case, I've had time to plan and prepare. Valentine didn't get the chance. That's why you need to go in there and help him.
What happens after I get inside?
It's simple. You find my husband before they process him, escort him to the location I marked on your map, and we all get away before the jailers notice a thing. Trust me. Valentine and I have been doing stuff like this since the moment we met.
How did the two of you meet?
Funny story. Mabson hired us separately to pull off the same job. She hoped we'd kill each other, to eliminate the competition, you understand. The look on her face when she found us, arm in arm, waiting in her chamber 2 nights later. Priceless.
I feel like I feel like that this couple, Joe, is a couple after your own heart. It's like they're just like completely I'd probably say completely nuts, but that's not right.
You're not supposed to be on this side of the stockade fence, prisoner. Get back inside or there'll be consequences.
Actually, I'd like to enter the prison stockade.
Have you lost your senses? Why in the name of Rupka's starry britches do you want to go inside? There's nothing but murderers, cut purses, and thieves in there. They'll eat you alive.
I need to find a thief who was recently imprisoned. Would this gift grant me safe passage?
Is that... It is! A rare du Fort Red! My favorite! Alright, take this outfit, wear it, and the jailers will think you're a trustee and leave you alone. Oh, but watch out for any jailers carrying a torch. They can spot a disguise in a sandstorm.
Got it. Avoid the jailers carrying torches.
As for finding a thief, I'd check the head jailer's office in the keep if I were you. You want to see if the thief you're looking for has been processed yet or not. The head jailer keeps a ledger with that information.
Thanks for the advice and the outfit, jailer.
Put on that trusty outfit before you head inside. If you get caught, we never had this conversation. Understand? Good.
What's so important about finding out if he's been processed yet or not?
Depends on your intentions. If you just want a word or two with the thief, the head jailer keeps records of which prisoners are in the stockade and which have been sent to the jungle. On the other hand, processing means a lot more if...
If what?
If you're planning a rescue. But I don't want to know nothing about that. If the thief has been processed, then he's already been banished. Or he's about to be. And once that happens, there's no leaving this island. At least not alive.
How does this processing work exactly?
What? Do I look like some fancy robe from the Mages Guild? The process is magical, I think. Or maybe alchemical. Anyway, a processed prisoner can only survive in the wilds of Amanos. If you can call living in that jungle surviving. Now, go away.
See, here's the biggest mystery about this process. You can't, you never find out, what's going on precisely. They never reveal how exactly the processing works. Oh shoot. Okay, more trouble with the green serpents. I hate those bastards. I'll send another request to House Menard for a battle of knights to support us. Not that I ever expect them to arrive. Word has come to me that some of our jailers have been amusing themselves at the expense of the prisoners. As long as I don't hear anything specific, I'll continue to look the other way. I'm curious about the so-called contests I've heard discussed about the stockade, but I'd rather not actually know the details. What I don't know, I don't have to write in a report. House Bernard's been sending a lot of prisoners our way as of late. The jailers aren't used to dealing with this many new arrivals, so we're trying to process them quickly and send them into the jungle. What a storm. We always have terrible weather along the coast of the island. It's one of Amnos' most enduring qualities, but the one that erupted in the strait yesterday was powerful and immense. It came out of nowhere. I've never seen anything like it, and I've been sailing these seas for decades, and the ground never shook that way in a storm before. Very unusual. Now, they want us to identify prisoners before we process them. I swear, House Bernard asks for more and more and expects us to do it with less and less. Now, the reason why they're asking you to identify prisoners is so you don't accidentally process King Emmerich. That's why. And now, I have scoured this list, and there is nobody that I recognize on the list other than Valentine. And I was really hoping there would be somebody I would recognize from the previous series. And he's ready for processing, but he hasn't actually been processed yet, but he's about to be processed. Why go through the gate when you can just drop down over here? Whoa, 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 whoa. There's a guy with a torch.
You don't belong here, do you, little mouse? Come and tell Garwillith all about it. You may be able to fool the less attentive jailers and inmates of this place, but not me. Don't worry, I won't reveal your secret. As long as you tell me why you're here, of course.
I'm looking for a prisoner named Valentine. Do you know him?
Valentine. Yeah, maybe I know such a person. You seem the courageous sort. Let's make a trade. Help me get revenge on another inmate, and I'll point you in the right direction to find... What's his name?
What do you want me to do exactly?
Oh, nothing violent. A trustee named Yavara likes to make camp on the platform over there. All I need you to do is steal something from a jailer and place it in her bedroll. Simple as dirt. Do me this favor, and I'll tell you where to find Valentine.
You're trying to frame another prisoner?
Not just any prisoner. Yavara. That viper used something I found to earn her status as a trustee. I should be the one getting 3 meals a day, a spot on the platform, and a guarantee I won't be processed. Help me teach her a lesson, and I'll help you.
How about, we do this
No need
instead?
to get violent about it, fine. I helped Valentine sneak out of the stockade and into the caldera just before you got here. Said he needed to check something past the big tree and near where the waterfall plunges down. Now leave me be.
Sorry, I don't like... She's trying to get somebody intentionally processed, and I can't stress how awful that processing must be. Like, this for someone. Alright, so... Yeah, there he is.
Psst. Over here.
Yeah, I'm here, Jakarn.
Like my new outfit? What better way to search Amano Station than disguised as a jailer, huh? I'll see what I can learn about our missing royals here in the stockade and around town. You head to the jungle. From what I already heard, you need to hurry.
What did you hear, Jakarn?
Before I engaged in 2 of my 3 favorite activities, eavesdropping and thievery, I heard the jailers talking about a bounty placed by the Green Serpent's prison gang. They're offering a reward for 3 nobles that washed ashore in the jungle.
You think that's related to the 3 Alliance leaders?
What else could it be? Do you know of any other noble-born people who were lost at sea in the area? So head north and go through the big gate. That's your way into the jungle. Meanwhile, I'll see whether or not House Mornard is involved in all this.
Once I find the Alliance leaders, how do I get off this island?
First, find the leaders. If you can't do that, find the Serpents. One of them is bound to know something. I hear they have a camp northeast of the Jungle Gate. And take this flare. The 3 captains are circling the island, waiting for your signal.
Any other words of advice before I head out?
Try not to let anything in the scary jungle kill you. Just head north, go through the gate, and head north some more. I hear there's a green serpent camp out that way. Hey, you got this! I mean, you probably got this. If anyone's got this, it's you.
Thanks for the support,
After
Jakarn.
you secure the royals,
You think
find
the
a clear
serpents were
beach
telling
and
the
fire that
truth?
flare.
Freedom? If we find the lost nobles? I don't care what you say. I'm heading into the jungle.
Don't be stupid, Ross. We're safer here in the stockade.
I am a good hunter. Freedom or death?
Look at here. New meat.
What were you and that Khajiit talking about?
You've got big ears, new meat. But if you must know, word around this stockade is that the green serpents are offering a way off this rock. Something about friends in high places. You just need to find a trio of nobles supposedly wandering the jungle.
You sound like you don't believe it.
What gave it away? The fact that no one gets off this rock? Or that the serpents have friends in high places? Or maybe how ridiculous it is to imagine nobles lost in the jungle. I'll tell you what I told Rasa. Going into the jungle is crazy.
Alright, so...
I hear you resolved the standoff at Alcaire Castle. I am glad no blood was shed.
I don't know how you know that, but okay.
Damn, the legend was right. I do need 3 keys. Oh, hello. If you're one of those horrid prisoners come to rob me, I'm afraid my current situation has left me quite destitute. But come to think of it, if you'd be willing to help me out, I can promise you a sizable chunk of gold. What do you say?
Wait, your wife is worried about you. She hired me to find you and get you to an extraction point.
Marcel? Why would she do that? She knew my plan was to get arrested and steal the Daybreak gem. I let those jailers grab me on purpose. Well, at least it sounds like she has a better exit strategy than I devised.
You're stealing the Daybreak gem from the prison?
From the prison? Whatever gave you that idea? No, I needed to get into the prison to examine a book I knew was inside the jailer's keep. Secrets of Amanos. A rare tome full of secrets I require to access the old vault.
What old vault?
The one where the Daybreak gem is stored. Pay attention, my friend. I didn't think I was going too fast. The old vault was built and forgotten years ago, but with the information from that book, I finally know how to open it. Will you help me?
What kind of help exactly?
I hoped the legend was wrong, that I'd only need the 1 key I already have. But alas, it requires 3 keys to open the vault. And now I know where to find them. Help me survive the jungle and acquire the other keys, and I'll pay you handsomely.
Alright, I'll help you find the keys and steal the Daybreak gem.
Brilliant! According to the book, the keys were hidden separately. One in the southern jungle, the other in the west. Here, I'll mark your map with the location specified. Have you heard the legend of the hidden vault? It's quite fascinating.
Tell me about this legend.
It's remarkable. The legend of the Sisters. Famaza, Finami, and Farah, a trio of pirates who amassed untold treasure from their raids along High Rock's coast. According to the story, they chose Amanos as the site to build their hidden vault.
What happened to these pirates?
Well, this was before Amanos Station and the prison stockade. The sisters built their vault and hid their treasure. While the vault was under construction, Famaza fell in love with a local named Altinway. That's when everything started to fall apart.
Fall apart? What do you mean?
Altinway convinced Famaza to betray her sister so they could keep the treasure for themselves. Her sisters learned of the plan and hid their keys before any confrontation could occur. You see, all 3 keys were needed to open the vault.
So what happened when Famaza finally confronted her sisters?
Nothing good. The sisters died fighting each other, leaving Altonway with 1 key and the secret of the vault. He bragged of it in a tavern, which is how the legend got started. He met his end searching the jungle for the other 2 keys.
What exactly is this vault?
Right behind this rocky cliffside. The locks are hidden in the boulder I was examining. Ingenious design, but it definitely requires all 3 keys. You know, I was hoping the legend was wrong about that. Oh well.
What do you think the other 2 keys, and you think the other 2 keys are the spots you marked on my map?
A lot of research went into determining which rare book mentioned the keys, then more to find out there was a copy in the prison. After I obtained Famaza's key from a far too trusting descendant, I came here. Anyway, we'll soon have the other keys.
What about the jungle? I heard it's pretty dangerous beyond the gates.
Dangerous? Sure, but nothing you can't handle. We haven't been processed yet, so we can come and go from the jungle as we please. Just make sure none of the jailers notice. They usually don't pay much attention outside the stockade, though.
Why take such a big risk just for a gem?
This isn't just any gem. The Daybreak gem has a rich history. And it's part of a different legend. I'll let you in on another secret. With the Daybreak gem, I can find an even more legendary vault that contains an even greater treasure.
So you need to break into this vault so you can get the gems so you can break into another vault.
Precisely. Now you see why I was willing to risk banishment to obtain the Daybreak gem. I'm just glad Marcel found you and sent you to help. She really is a terrific partner. Now, let's go get those keys.
Alright, so let's do this. We've got so much stuff going on right now.
Follow the rules, and you won't lose your status as a trustee.
Rules? Following the rules got me tossed in the stockade in the first place. But I hear you.
Through this gate lies the jungle of Amanos. Your home for the rest of your miserable lives.
Please, I'm innocent, I tell you. Don't send me into the jungle.
Too late for that. You've all been processed. If we don't banish you into the jungle, you'll die.
Right. Certain death out here. At least a slight chance to survive in the jungle. That's the fate of the banished. This one knows she can never leave the jungle. But sometimes, slipping through that gate is so tempting.
I wish I could get this prisoner outfit off. Alright, so we have a couple of goals going on right now. So we need to find the camp for Escape from Amanos. The long game, we need to find the south key and the west key. Let's go ahead and grab the south key first. I fully intend to have everything done on Amanos before we leave. So when we leave Amanos, I'm going to be done with Amanos. We won't have to come back here again. So. Then it's just a matter of finishing the main story and the public dungeons and stuff like that. Because that was Sky Shard number 12, I believe. Yep. 12 of 18, so we have 6 Sky Shards left to go. 2 in public dungeons, 2 in delves, and then 2 over land, which are, I think, all on Amanos.
Look, up there. If I were a key, I'd hide up there.
If you were a key, you wouldn't decide where to hide. Somebody would decide where to put you.
We've got this!
These old ruins. This must be the place. Look around for a key while I keep watch.
Is it cheating to use Streak to get past all of the traps? I'll leave that up to the chat to decide.
You're a natural. One key down, one to go.
Great. The next location on the map, which is the next closest location. Yeah, we have 2 locations I have to get done as well, besides Amino Station. But those quests are actually fairly short, to be honest. There's a lot of dialogue and stuff as usual, but they're honestly not that long of quest.
You failed again, Lasham. It's not my fault. They're dangerous, powerful.
Reward for anyone who brings the 3 nobles lost to the jungle alive. That would be the 3 alliance leaders. Well, someone got fed to...
on the captured royal and find the others. I promised all 3 to the Ascendant Magus, and I won't
Not the cats.
Let's go.
I would very much like to get this prisoner outfit off. I think I might have to reload, like load into an instance and load out in order to get it off. Maybe, if I'm lucky. I don't know. Or get one of the guards to attack me in the Amino Station. That'll probably be what I end up doing, is going to one of them and getting them to take it off me, because I don't want to wear this outfit for the rest of the game.
A stone structure. The key must be in there. Oh, what does that plaque say?
Only the sisters may enter this dwelling. Place a sacred tana leaf on the plinth nearest the island center. Place my good sister's shawl on the plinth near the knight's sword, or where the knight's sword never rests. Place the trader's Lidengil coal onto the plinth where animals die. Cursed be the trader's name.
Plinths. Must be these low pedestals over here. There's a shawl on one already, so we just need to find a sacred leaf and the traitor's coal.
Got the leaf. Pick up this quest over here. It's another one of the map piece ones. Okay, we were going to Wellfall anyways.
What is she thinking? No one gets off this island. Did you see that ridiculous Breton running around collecting trash? Called herself Luna Jolvain. She's building a raft to take her to Whalefall. In all my years as a prisoner on Amanos, I've never seen someone get away. She'll get torn apart.
Why would she want to go to Wellfall?
Her partner Anton was selected for that game one of the jailers plays. He hunts prisoners for sport on that island. She doesn't think he'll last. I've heard the prize for survival is your freedom, so maybe she just doesn't want to be alone.
Did she say why he won't survive?
I guess those two aren't the fighting type. Luna said they ended up here for swindling. If you want a laugh, look for her on the western coast. Maybe she's built her trash raft by now. She might even offer you something to help her.
I'll find Luna Jolvain and help her rescue her partner, Anton.
So, you plan to help the Breton, eh? Saving that Anton of hers will be tough. Make sure that any gold she gives you is real. Can't trust a swindler. Oh, and if you see her, say hello for me. And good luck crossing that water.
You've lived on Amanos a long time.
So many years, yes. I know every tree and rock. I've seen every type of person arrive on Amanos, thinking they can outsmart it. And do you know what I've learned? There's no way off. They all died trying.
How did you end up here?
Ugh, I'm so tired of telling that story. The first thing anyone asks on a prison island is always, how did I get here? I'm more than the crime I committed a lifetime ago. Anyway, I turned an entire Breton town into skeevers. Not a big deal.
How did you do that, and why?
I said I'm tired of talking about it. Breton town, I show up, skeevers, then Amanos. That's all you really need to know.
Can you tell me more about Willfall?
Back when I arrived, the Amanos jailers used it as a training ground. It's a nice, isolated place to learn about subduing prisoners. Sometime after they processed me, I was banished to the jungle. Rumors started about a game on the island.
Tell me about this game.
I don't know much to tell. No one I've ever met has ever come back to talk about it. Prisoners get recruited from Amanos Station with the promised reward of freedom. If you survive their hunt, you win. Survive for how long, though, they don't say.
Okay. So I think that's going to be what we do first, because honestly we're limited for time in this stream, and Delve doesn't take too long to do, but... and it will eliminate one of the things we need to do on the island anyways, so... And this is a crafting station. I forget what set you can make down here. Druid's Brand. Okay, so this is a very unique set. So, let me just show you real quick while we're on this little tangent. So, as you can see, most gear sets have 5 pieces. So, you can only have 5 pieces of that gear, and then you get the bonus for them, and anything that, anything beyond that, you don't get any extra bonuses for. Druid's Brand, however, is special. You can have 12 of your armor and weapon pieces taken up by Druid's Brand, and you get a bonus for every single one of them. It's actually very nice. And, oh, hey, got rid of the prisoner outfit. Sweet. It still says I'm disguised, but... Okay, let me go grab this way shrine over here real quick. Just because it's super convenient to have it. Then we'll head for Whalefall.
Anton, you better be alive to make these splinters worth it.
Hey, lady.
If you came to judge my raft too, I don't want to hear it. I only need to get to Whalefall and back. I know the waters are dangerous, but my partner Anton got selected for the game there. He's not the type who can survive it.
I heard about this game. What do you know about it?
Just the rumors I've heard in the stockade. No one knows which jailer runs the game. If he chooses you, then it's off to Whalefall. You get set loose, and he hunts you down. Apparently he promises freedom if you survive, but I doubt that.
Why do you think Anton won't survive?
The two of us work together to convince people to give us their gold. We're not really the fighting types. I can't see Anton lasting too long alone against hunters. How about you come with me? I need an escort, and I'll give you the coin I have.
Let's go to Whalefall and rescue Anton.
So, here's my plan. We ride the raft over to Whalefall, find Anton, then leave. Now that I've said that out loud, I see it's not much of a plan, but it's what I got. I'd like to get a move on, though. My partner is clever, but not especially tough.
Can you tell me more about Whalefall?
It's that small island to the west of here. Not sure where the name comes from. I imagine something to do with whales. Jailers play a game there with prisoners from the stockade. They let you loose, and then send hunters after you.
You said that the reward was freedom?
So they told us. But I've spent my entire life around criminals, thugs, and related scum. And never once have I met someone who said they got set free from Whalefall. You'd think I'd have run into someone if it were true.
How was Anton selected for the game at Whalefall?
I love the man like a brother, but Anton can sometimes act flashier than he should. He likes to show off his sleight of hand skills. After we got thrown in the stockade, Anton decided to make friends with a jailer. Olivia was her name.
What happened with Anton and Olivia?
Anton was playing her, of course. I don't even think he wanted something from her. Just a way to pass the time. But she actually fell for the old charmer. Once she saw the ruse, Anton's name ends up on the list for Whalefall.
And then how did you get out here?
Slipping in and out of the stockade isn't that difficult. And they don't really seem to mind if the prisoners wander off into the jungle. As soon as the jailer dragged Anton away, I knew he wouldn't last. I left the stockade to go after him.
Where did the raft come from?
Made it with my own 2 hands. Quite proud of it. I knew I'd never survive the swim, so I scavenged anything that floats. The tides around here tear everything to shreds, so I had plenty of debris to choose from. I just hope it holds together.
What brought you and Anton to Amanos?
Oh, like I said, he and I are the swindlers. A little distraction over here, and suddenly your purse is gone. Nothing too bad, you know? But it's not like anyone here on Amanos is the innocent type. Seems we marked the wrong target this time.
Who did you target?
Some noble in High Rock, Lord Featherbuns or whatever.
Lord Featherburns.
We tried the old pig in a poke on him. Was going fine until his servant called for an appraiser. He was upset to hear the ancient magic orb was a painted goose egg.
That's definitely a certified Dorcas or Datsue nickname right there, Lord Featherburns. I'm gonna have to send that one to D. What did the noble do then?
There was some hue and cry. Then finally they caught us. Not the first time Anton and I got arrested, but I guess the Lord wanted to make an example. He shipped us to Amanos as a message. Don't mess with even the stupid nobles, it says.
Alright, let's roll.
How about that? The raft worked.
Yeah,
Let's move inland
yeah,
and
we
look for
survived
Anton.
somehow. Yeah, I'm all fixed up. Okay, so there's a list right over here.
Something's posted on that wooden pillar.
Rules of the game.
At least the game has rules. Let's talk before going deeper.
Welcome, welcome. I, Jailer Thenlin Maverick, welcome you to Whalefall Games. The rules are simple. You, fated competitor and miserable wretch, are dead. You entered the arena not to escape Amanos, but to live again. You must survive the Master Hunter stalking you across the island. Hunter Marcus, Master of the Poison Barb. Hunter Cam, feared berserker from the north. Hunter Gildner, Droti Cleric? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Hunter Lucia, Indomitable Knight. Hunter Crow, Scourge of the Black Marsh. And Hunter D, Mistress of Beast. Will you reach the winner's stage at the northern tip of the island, or will you die your true death at their hands? Let's find out. Alright.
Now we have a name for the person in charge. Jailer Manic. I don't remember seeing him at Amanos Station. Sounds like he enjoys his work, though.
Did you see the list of guests?
I sure did. A couple names I even recognized. Wealthy merchants, both of them. Who would be a guest of a place like this? Well, voluntarily. Standing around in the open is no good. Where should we start looking for Anton?
The paper mentioned a stage at the northern tip.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Let's head there. We can't just wander the island calling his name. At least this gives us a direction. Anton knows enough to hide, but I doubt he'd last long. Usually he's the one people notice while I lift their gold.
Then let's keep looking.
Anton's on the run for his life. He may have left signs of where he went. As we search deeper within, we should look for anything that points in his direction. In the meantime, that winner's stage to the north seems like a good place to start.
Multiple hunters. What else have you heard about the Wellfall game?
Only rumors. Some told me all the prisoners brought here have to fight each other. The jailers promise the last one standing will go free. But they bring people over all the time, so no one ever wins. I also heard a stranger story.
What else did you hear?
I met a dark elf in the stockade who claimed to have once served a fancy Breton family. After I gave him half my bread, he told me that his master often mentioned going on hunting trips to Whalefall.
What do you think it means?
Maybe the game at Whalefall isn't for the prisoners. Maybe it's for rich highborn monsters to hunt down desperate people. When you have enough gold, you can do pretty much whatever you want.
I mean, there's always people to kill, like, if you know where you're going.
I should have asked before. You can handle yourself in a fight, yeah?
I have arrows enough for the likes of you.
Interesting idea for a Skyrim character. A person who is like, you know, they have like the urge to kill like innocent people, but instead they use that urge to kill. It's like Dexter, but in Skyrim.
Tradition. He wouldn't leave his family pendant behind.
Like they turn that urge into something that they use against evil.
Bones. Now we know why they call it Whalefall. Stendarr see you safely to your rest. Anton has worn the same shirt since we came to Amanos. That's a scrap of it. Looks like Anton tried to defend himself with that old knife of his. On that platform!
Well done. You make it this far, but I'll end this game myself.
That's sure to leave an impression.
Oh, someone sent me a random friend request. Okay. Let's go ahead and accept that real quick. Not sure why they sent me a friend request out of the blue like that, but...
It seems that my dear friend Luna brought me a savior, and I can see why. Someone that's as brave and strong as you makes the perfect choice. Those hunters might return at any moment. Please, kindly unbind me so we can flee.
How did you end up here?
Ah, the natural result of my poor survival skills. Though I cannot imagine why you believe now is the proper moment for that story. Release the bindings, please. Once we're safe, I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Let me untie you. Okay. We got the map fragment, so we can get the sky shard, and then we can GTFO.
Can you keep up, Anton?
I could outrace you with my legs tied together.
Get back, fiends.
Almost forgot Isabel was here.
Your blood will water these trees.
No, your soul returns to the Hist, my friend. May you come back as a more compassionate creature.
Oh, good. I was getting bored.
Oh, that's the way you want to play this, huh?
I see the shore. We're almost to the raft.
Where on Amanos did you possibly find a raft?
She made it. I would say construct, but she didn't really construct it. It's like raft to Amanos. Yeah, it's barely a raft.
Just one more time you had to get me out of a jam, huh?
Don't forget that I'm keeping track. Well, so much for my raft. All that work collecting trash for only 2 trips. But we saved Anton, and that's all I really wanted. Sure, I hope we could escape to High Isle, but this'll have to do. Thank you for keeping both of us safe.
What happens next for you?
We find a way to make a life on this island. From what I've heard, finding a way off is nearly impossible. Here's the payment I promised. I guess we'll probably run into each other again sometime. Amanos isn't that big, and we're all stuck here.
Complete quest.
Now that we're free from Amanos Station, Anton and I can do as we please. We weren't officially processed, so I guess we've gone rogue. Wouldn't be the first time. Maybe I'll start building another raft.
How will you and Anton survive on your own?
Sure, the jungle is full of criminals, but they're not actively hunting us like on Whalefall. Well, some of them aren't anyway. Maybe we'll meet others who just want to survive. Seems likely. Hopefully Anton doesn't try to steal from them.
Alright, let's see here. Let's go get the trader's coal. Almost ran out of stamina doing that run.
Well, that's a leaf and a chunk of coal. Start with the leaf. Place it on the plinth closest to the center of the island.
Snag this as we pass. Oh, another Psijic portal. I'm getting lucky with those today.
There's a supply sack just there.
The key must be in there. Oh, what does that plaque say? That seems right. Now, place the coal. That did it. The door appears clear. Well done.
Pristine lockbox.
Now we have all 3 keys. Let's return to the vault and see if we can open it.
Yeah, now, we won't be getting back to that part of the quest for a while. So we will get to it. It's not going to be for a hot minute. So, as I don't think we can finish. Well, we might be able to. You know what? Let's go finish that quest. Oh, it wants me to talk to Casca. I'm sorry, Casca. We're gonna go do this first. Gonna return to the Amino station through the way shrine. If we go a little bit over today, it'll be fine. I don't, it doesn't have to, like, be, we don't have to stop exactly on the 3-hour mark. If, you know, we're working on a quest, that's fine. Alright, let's do this. Inserting the keys.
Our keys. Hopefully we don't have to turn them all at the same time. Will you look at that? Amazing! Let's head inside.
The Sisters Vault. An old pirate vault. On Aminos? I suppose it's possible, but I find it highly unlikely. Head Jailer Charlemagne. Charlemagne? I'm not sure about that one either. Some of the Breton names are quite complex.
Come, friend. The treasure awaits.
Put them to sleep and throw them in the cage. Remember the boss said not to.
We just got knocked out.
Wake up, my darling. And thanks for opening the vault. You always did have a way with locks and keys.
Marcel? What are you doing in that cage?
Poor Valentine. As confused as ever. You're in the cage, my dear. I'm stealing the treasure.
Of course she is.
You don't look as surprised as my darling husband. But I do want to thank you for helping him open this vault for me. Makes stealing the treasure out from under him ever so much easier.
You lied to me. This was your plan all along.
You say lie, I say slight fabrication. Let's just agree to disagree. But otherwise, yes. I always plan for the long game.
But Valentine is your husband. Why not just share the treasure like he wanted to?
Share? Real thieves don't share, my sweet. Everything we do is selfish and self-serving. Valentine knows that. It's part of the code. The treasure is mine. All of it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have minions to command and a vault to rob. Ta-ta.
Okay,
all right, my minions, gather up the treasure and let's get out of here.
Isn't she a marvel?
Isn't she a marvel?
We need our own escape route. Here, grab my hammer and chisel and find us a way out of here.
I just like how nonplussed he is about the fact that his wife betrayed him.
And look for a weak spot. Volcanic tunnels riddle these islands. There's bound to be one nearby.
Oh, look at that.
That hammer and chisel is the key to our escape, my friend. I always carry around the proper tools. You never know what might come in handy.
You don't seem too upset that your wife betrayed you.
You simply don't understand, my friend. Marcel and I are thieves. This is what thieves do. That doesn't change the fact that we love each other. We just love treasure and the competition a little bit more. But have no fear. We've got a chisel.
We've got a chisel. Right, and what am I supposed to do with this hammer and chisel?
Find a weak spot and knock on the wall. You'd be surprised what you can do with a good hammer and chisel. I'd do it, but I'm more about the strategy and tactics than the physical labor. Not really built for that sort of thing, you know.
His voice sounds familiar. I can't quite place where it's from. Let's see. That's just too big of a crack, I believe.
Oh, well done. why I carry a hammer and chisel. Now, let's get out of here. Now that we're free, we can finish what we started.
How can we finish when your wife already has taken the treasure?
You assume Marcel knows about the Daybreak Gem, but I never mentioned it when I told her the legend of the vault. I always hold back a secret or two. Marcel has no idea that the big, non-precious gem is really the key to a larger treasure.
So you think she left the gem behind? Alright. Oh, and here's your hammer and chisel back.
Ah, my trusty hammer and chisel. Saved my ass on more than one occasion. Now, let's go find that gem and get to the extraction point before Marcel. If we hurry, we can still turn the tide on the love of my life.
Can we talk about the fact that he doesn't have pockets and he had a hammer and chisel on him? Do I want to know where he stored that hammer and chisel? Probably in his prison pocket.
I'll set up this ladder while you find the gem. Check the lockboxes that Marcel left behind. It has to be in one of them. That's definitely the Daybreak Gem, my friend. Look how it refuses to glisten. Now, up the ladder and let's get out of here. We're out! Now, let's get to that extraction point Marcel told you about.
Okay. Whoop.
I'll meet you at the extraction point, my friend. Climb, my friend, climb!
I'm climbing. Sheesh, hold on.
We did it, my friend. Look, we beat my wife to the extraction point.
This is gonna be hilarious. Watch this part.
Valentine? How did you...
You constantly underestimate me, oh love of my life. Here, let me just cut these ropes for you.
Damn you, Valentine. Didn't think you had it in you. But I will see you soon, my love. Count on it.
Always, my love. Always. Marcel is angry with me, but she'll get over it. These competitions keep our blood hot, if you catch my meaning. While she finds another way out of the jungle, we slip away on the next ship departing Amanos Station. Now, about my gem.
Here, take the gem.
Ah, and a beautiful specimen it is. Marcel never understands the importance of legends, and that's why we bested her this day. Anyway, I never would have succeeded without your assistance. Take this, with my compliments. One of these days, I'll figure out where I need to take the Daybreak Gem. Then the treasure of the Daybreak monks will be mine. Perhaps I'll reach out to you, my friend. You're quite handy to have around when the going gets troublesome.
Yeah, I think this might be suggesting a trip back to Elsewhere because monastic orders are mainly in Elsewhere. So I'm thinking that the Daybreak monks might be in the center of Elsewhere that we don't have. Yes, I know, I saw. Yeah, I responded as well. You don't know where this other treasure is hidden?
Oh, not a clue. I'm still in the information gathering stage of the heist. Legends require a lot of research and study to fully uncover. But one day, I will need to hide the gem, though. I don't want Marcel to get too curious when she gets back.
You and your wife have a strange relationship.
You think so? I suppose. We do have a healthy competitive streak, but it adds spice to our marriage. We really do love each other.
So what's next for you, Valentine?
Well, first I need to get off this damn island, then that research I mentioned, and some relaxation. Always good to take time, especially after a successful heist. I also want to plan something nice for when Marcel gets home. Something romantic.
Something romantic?
Most certainly. I learned a long time ago that some fine wine, a box of sweets, and a little romance take the edge off. Help soothe Marcel's murderous impulses after I win one of our competitions. That's the secret to a happy marriage, my friend.
Yeah, murder's weirdest impulses left by you leaving her in the jungle.
Until next time, my friend.
On an island that you can't escape from. Anyways, that is where we're going to end off for today. Next time, we're going to continue exploring Amanos and clearing its various problems. And then we'll continue with the main quest and try to get Emmerich, Prince Issachar, and Irene off of this deadly rock. So I shall see you next week as we continue High Isle as Reewish, the mighty battle lizard. See you next week, everyone. Bye.